Good morning, dear students. In the previous video, we have discussed about viruses. So, one more virus is left, that is called bacteriophage. These are the viruses that have the capability to infect the bacteria. So, now we'll study about the bacteria. Bacteria are small living things, but they are not the smallest. They are larger than the viruses, and their structure is little complicated than the virus. They contain the inner genetic material DNA, which is covered by a wall called capsule. The cell contains liquid cytoplasm inside, and inside the cytoplasm there are cell structures also present. There are small thread-like structure all over the capsule which are called pili, and there is a whip-like structure that is called flagellum, which help in the movement or locomotion of the bacteria. The bacteria are single cellular structure. The single cellular structure are called living things are called unicellular. But the bacteria is not the smallest. The smallest is mycoplasma, which is little bigger than the virus. After that, algae. Algae are small living things. They are green in color and they are more like plants. They can be single celled, unicellular like Chlamydomonas, or multicellular. Multicellular means one organism body has many cells. Like in case of Spirogyra, you can see in the book, the algae can live in marine or freshwater. They can be free living, means when they live separately and in colonies, when they live together. This is example of water that is green in color. It is due to the presence of algae. Sometimes the water can be red or it can be blue in color. These are due to presence of algae also. Now we'll study about the protozoans. Proto means first or primitive, and zoa word come from zoon, that means animals. So these are the first animals that were found on earth. The protozoans are also unicellular because they are single cell structures. Examples of the protozoan in your book, you can see amoeba and paramecium. The body of amoeba cytoplasm is surrounded by a membrane. There is nucleus and small cell organelles are also present. Amoeba can take different shapes because of the presence of pseudopodia. These are extensions that you can see. Then there is one more example of protozoan, that is paramecium. It looks like a slipper, so we call it slipper animalcule. The paramecium body consists of lot of different structures like contractile vacuoles, nucleus, macronucleus, micronucleus. The whole body is covered with very small fiber-like structures. They are called cilia, and they help in the movement of this paramecium. And there is a gut-like structure, that is the mouth. The next microorganisms is the fungi. Singular is fungus. When we leave the bread for some days, you can see that some mold-like structure or some powdery structure develop on it. These are the fungus. Fungus can be unicellular. Example is yeast, some yeast, and multicellular like mushroom, you all know. Then there is bread mold that grow in the bread, and some yeast also are multicellular. So some yeast may be unicellular and some yeast may be multicellular also. The yeast, they are little bigger structures than other microorganisms that we have studied. Thus yeast contains filament-like structure which are branched, and they are called hyphae. And the hyphae, from the hyphae root-like things are produced, or seen. They are called rhizoid, which are attached to the surface on that the mushroom or the fungus will grow. Any fungus will grow, and from the hyphae, the hyphae are connected with each other with a structure called stolon. These are stem-like structure, but they are very thin than the stem. Then from that grows a small ball-like structure in which is called sporangia, in which seeds like things are there. These are not real seeds, but they are called spores. In case of mushroom, you can see clearly that when the mushroom grow, it will develop some powder like structure over it. These are spores which are present in the air, which spread in the air and can grow anywhere. When there is a dead or decaying thing is there, they will grow over them. Aspergillus and penicillium are some examples of other kind of yeast in your book. So these are the different types of microorganisms that we have studied in this chapter. Thank you.